How's it going, everybody? This is Bill Avalos of Inspection Pro. I do real estate appraisals. I just did this one not too long ago, but what I wanted to do is on Instagram, you can't really spend a whole lot of time there. So I refer you guys, if you can come over here. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you took my advice to link onto my YouTube page. I don't know the name of it really, but if you follow the link, you're there. But anyway, I just want to show you, this is an appraisal report that I put together. I mainly do appraisals for situations of divorce. Sometimes when people pass away and they need to go to probate court, or sometimes the person passes away. It's usually the husband first, then the wife, and then the kids start to fight over the property. And this is a classic situation of that, where at some point you're left with the property. The person that's probably been living there feels entitled to the house, but you have other siblings involved that they feel, well, we want to sell the property because we all, they feel entitled to get their cut. So whatever the reason, at some point they realize, whoever they talk to, an attorney, a friend, a realtor, whoever, they're all going to say, you have to get an appraisal. Now, these appraisals are not for lender works. They're not for doing loans. This is usually falls under the category of family law. And this is the situation. I do 95% of my work is family law. I enjoy it better than doing lender work because it's definitely no restrictions. I can actually do an appraisal how it was intended to be. I don't have to be pressured into hitting numbers by the realtors. I don't have to have a lender correcting my work because they need a certain quota. And that happens too, So what happens is you need an appraiser because either someone's going to buy someone out, or they're going to sell the property outright and then, divvy up the proceeds from there. So when you call an appraiser, they're going to show up to your house. They're going to do a physical inspection of your house. They're going to measure the house. And they're doing all this because they want to do a couple of things. They want to see if it matches what's on public records. Sometimes people add to a house. Sometimes what shows on a 1,500 square foot home could actually be 2,000 square foot home. So that changes the dynamics of the comparables we're looking for. So just a quick first page is just really just a bunch of filler of the property itself. And then we get into what the home prices are going for in a specific area. And then if there's any, what are the market conditions? Like in this one, the current housing market is experiencing higher demand due to lack of inventory. That's where we're at right now in 2024. There's a higher demand because of lack of inventory. So therefore, you end up having rapid price appreciation, multiple offer scenarios, and price bidding competition. All that goes into the determination of value. So then we fill it in with everything we did in our inspection here, the condition of it, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how big is it, and then I would say this is really what everybody wants to know. What's the final value? So what we do is, okay, here's the subject property there. Here are the comparables. Comparable one, this was on the same street. Comparable number 2, comparable number 3. So when we're looking for comparables, the general rule of thumb is we want to look for model matches, something that's almost identical, because those are your best comparables to choose to compare to. That's not always possible, but if you can, we're looking for the recent 90 days, close in proximity, within a mile, and obviously the condition, the bedroom, bathroom count, all that comes into play. So in this particular case right here, comp 1 was like walking distance. Comp 2 was also walking distance, but it was like just about a half a mile away. And comp 3 was just a little over a mile away. So if you look, the sales, this one's 589, 610, 595. So what we do is we compare everything that's here on the subject and compare it to the comparables. So like in this case, they under condition, it was a normal condition, average condition, nothing big, but these people did a little bit of work. All these other three properties did a little bit of work, not complete makeovers, because those numbers would have been a lot higher, but they did enough to clean it up, which makes sense because they're recent sales. So these are recent sales. You can tell like 520, 503, 517. So of course you would expect they're gonna, probably do some painting, clean up, change a little of the flooring, things like that. So I estimate about 25,000. So if you look at comparable number one, it's 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. I'm sorry, comparable number one is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. The subject is 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. So I did an adjustment of $20,000 to add to comp one to make it more similar, because you always adjust to the subject property. And here I added the same thing. This one had 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. So if you look at those numbers as 5, these two numbers are 6. I added 20,000 there. And they're all pretty much the same size, 1290, 1288, 1253. So this was a relatively easy appraisal. So then when I got through making all of my adjustments, and I end up with 577, 580, 588. So I decided to go with 580. The average is 581. To me, that's just a weird number. So I went to 580 because you have average is 581. You have a 580 there, 577, 588. Now, had the property been in better condition that I was appraising, maybe I could have brought in a little bit more. So here's the rest of it, and then going through so then I have the pictures of the front, back, the street. This is what the inside looked like. So this is where all your money's going when you're paying for an appraisal. Here, outside, comparables there. And then I always accompany the MLS sheet to verify. They can verify on their own if I'm putting the correct comparables. And then I have addendums, like here's the sketch. I sketched out the place. The map addendum shows where the subject property is in relation to the comparables. So they're all pretty much in the same neighborhood. Then after that, just come down over here. That's all my legalese stuff you got to put in there. And then my final value conclusion is there. So that's how an appraisal is put together. So from the time the appraiser goes out, does his physical inspection, measures, then he goes back to the neighborhood, looks for comparable sales, and then puts it on report form. And then you have your value conclusion. So if you're ever in a situation where maybe you're just going to divorce, maybe you're going to just sell the property and both sides are just going to take their cut, or other times one family member may want to buy out the other family members and keep the property. That happens too. Sometimes somebody dies, there's nobody left. Maybe a long lost cousin or a relative from out of state or even local, but it goes into probate, and the judge is going to require that you get a real estate appraisal so that the property could be sold. So I just want to share this, guys, share this with you today, because this is what it looks like. And hopefully you guys are never in this situation, but if you are in a situation, real estate appraisal is going to be one of the things you're going to need. And I hope this was able to help you today. Thank you.